Peace, peace, peace. What's good? I want to share a very wise quote with you. I don't know who said it. I don't know where it came from. All I know is that it's very wise. It's so simple. It's like very basic, but it holds so much meaning. And it's amazing how it's almost always the most simplest things. Even inventions, it's like the most simplest invention that sounds and is like so simple that makes the greatest difference. The day we plant the seed is not the day we pick the fruit or the day we eat the fruit. That's so perfect. It's such a beautiful reminder of so much. Which also takes me to a fact. It leads me to a fact of the fact that we can only see 5% of the invisible light spectrum. We can only see 5%, if that. Which means that there's 95% of the world, of this universe that we exist in, that we cannot see. And I feel like that has a lot to do with the day we plant the seed is not the day we eat the fruit. Because just because we can't see what's going on beneath the soil does not mean that there's nothing going on beneath that soil. At the same time, 213, 0213. Just because we can't physically see the proof of something that we're working on within to create does not mean that there's nothing happening. Does not mean that it's working. Does not mean that all the efforts you're putting on within here is not making things happen in the outside world of us. It might just be still sprouting under the soil. That quote directly reflects to our lives. It directly correlates to us in our lives. Whatever seeds you're planting within yourself, just because you don't see it sprout the next day doesn't mean that it's not doing some work down beneath the soil. It takes patience. It takes trust. It takes faith. I mean, we really don't even have to have any of that when it comes down to actually planting a seed. We just know that it's gonna do it at some point or another, as long as we did it the correct way. The seed is going to bear some fruit at one point or another. It's gonna go peeking up and sprouting above the soil within due time. We have to be the same way with ourselves. It might take trusting. It might take faith. It might take some believing. It might take the patience. It might take the awareness. It might take a mindfulness. It might take you constantly reminding yourself to remain calm and remain at ease, and to just keep putting in the work, keep planting those seeds. It's funny because it kind of that saying that reminded me of a conversation that I had with one of my friends just the other day. And we were kind of discussing all the things that we're kind of working on and all the things that have come to be in our lives. And we were literally talking about it in the sense of planting seeds. A lot of both of our seeds have now already started to sprout. But we were both on the same page where it didn't happen from one day to the next. Everything that I see now within her, I mean, we didn't meet that long ago. I met her here in Tulum. But all the seeds that I've seen sprout within her life didn't happen just from literally one day to the next, nor 1 week to the next or 1 month to the next. It's been a while in time that both of us have been planting seeds. And it's funny because it's like we've been planting seeds for so long that now it's like they're all starting to sprout out at once, and it's like we're trying to take control of like, oh, the whole garden's getting filled all at once. And sometimes it happens like that. It doesn't always have to be that it takes a while. You just never know how long it's going to take. You just never know how long it's going to take, but things don't happen overnight. Things don't happen overnight. Sometimes, I mean, we were even talking about like, sometimes people think that people have overnight success, but you don't know what kind of work those people have been putting into that thing themselves for a long time already. Just because it came out to be in the physical where it seems like it happened overnight doesn't mean that it really happened overnight. It's been time, it's been effort, it's been continuously nurturing and being patient, just like the seed itself. Just because it may pop out one day overnight, doesn't mean that it just happened overnight. You know when you planted that seed, and you know how many days it's been, how many weeks it's been. I mean, I don't know if a seed really takes months, but that seed didn't sprout overnight. It's the same thing for us. We don't exactly know when the seed is going to sprout. We just have to trust and believe that it will. When the season's right, when the climate is right, when the time is right and divine, it will sprout. You just keep planting your seeds. Just keep planting your seeds, keep watering it, keep nurturing it. In the sense of nurturing yourself, keep watering yourself, keep working on your self-love. And eventually you will have your garden. You will have your garden full of all the seeds that you've planted along the way. Just because something is not physically appearing to show up, just because something is not physically showing up or appearing in physical life, doesn't mean that it's not happening. It doesn't mean that things aren't working behind the scenes for you. I'm always reminding myself that the universe is working behind the scenes for me. I don't have to be seeing it. I don't have to be receiving proof of it. Although in some ways I do receive my own messages, like through numerology or through a synchronicity, or someone tells me something, or something shows up on my page to tell me, to show me, to just give me little tiny clues that, hey, it's working behind the scenes. It's coming into fruition. That seed is grabbing its roots, and it's going to be sprouting soon. And as I've been patient, I have now started to see my seeds sprout. Has it taken me a while? Yeah. And I want to say it's taken me a while because it's really taken a lot of me reprogramming myself, reprogramming my beliefs, reprogramming that system that I was brought into from many different factors, getting down to the weeds that were already planted within me from society, from environments, from a whole bunch of things as a whole, from my own self. I had a lot of weeds. I had a lot of weeds, and I had to pick the weeds first and clear out the soil and clear out the ground so that I can plant new seeds and not plant seeds of flowers or fruit and vegetables within the weeds. I needed to first get down to the weeds and get down to the root of those weeds. That way the weeds wouldn't continue coming out. A lot of times, before I realized how to get down into my subconscious mind, realizing that there's a subconscious and a conscious mind, before I realized I needed to get down to the root in my subconscious mind, I was just chopping the weeds from the top of the soil, not going beneath the soil to the root. And that's why I kept repeating cycles. The weeds kept continue growing. The weeds meaning unhealed traumas, unhealed wounds, past unhealthy traits, past unhealthy characteristics, unhealthy habits, unhealthy, just these unhealthy cycles I just kept continuing going through because I wasn't getting down to the root. And sometimes it's difficult to get down to the root of things. It takes effort. It takes conscious, mindful effort and self-love. It took a lot of self-love for me to believe that I'm worth going through beneath that soil and get down and get dirty into it. Dirty my nails if I needed to. Get down on my knees. Dirty my knees, dirty my shoes, dirty my pants. It's hardly a clean process to get down into the weeds of things, to get down into the traumas, to get down into those wounds, those programs that aren't serving our highest good, that are just growing weeds, that are just growing things that are taking up our garden instead of things that we can actually utilize that can nourish us, like fruits, like vegetables, that can bring butterflies, that can bring hummingbirds, that can bring ladybugs. Things that not only feed us, stimulate us mentally, physically, emotionally, but also feed and stimulate nature, things around us. When we take care of ourselves within and we fulfill ourselves within, we fulfill things outside of us. It's not just a one-sided thing. As we love ourselves, we're able to share that love with things outside. It starts with us getting down to the root of it. It starts with us believing that we're worthy of that. It starts with us embracing all those parts of us too, embracing all the roots that grew because they served a purpose, embracing everything that they've brought us to learn, embracing everything that they've brought us to grow. There's beauty in being able to embrace everything. There's so much beauty in being able to embrace everything, not seeing any negatives and seeing the positive out of every negative. And it doesn't mean being ignorant to the fact that there is negative in this world. It's definitely not being ignorant to it all, to it at all, to see the light out of every the light within the darkness. It's just a way of being able to experience life in a brighter way. Of course we can see the negative. Of course we can acknowledge that there is negative in the world. But just as much as we can acknowledge and accept the fact that there is also that much positive in the world, that much brightness, that much light in this world. And it trains us more to focus on the not so bright, on what we call the negative energy. It drains us of our energy. And it isn't ignorant to be able to see the light through the dark. It isn't ignorant at all. Just because you're in a dark tunnel doesn't mean that in your mind you know that there's, just as there was an in, that there is also an out. Because you're in the middle of the tunnel, you're not ignorant to the fact that there are also two ends to that where you can see the light at the end of it. Even if you can't see it, you know it's there. And that can help you get through the tunnel. That can help you get through the darkness. I've embraced a lot of darkness in my life. I used to push it away. I used to want to run from the darkness. I used to want to avoid going through the darkness of my own shadows and pretend it's not even there. I used to want to pretend that everything was okay when deep down within myself, I knew that there was something there that was unhealed. When I knew that there was something within me that was still very sensitive, that was still untouched, that was still a wound that I hadn't cared for, that I hadn't took the necessary steps to heal that wound, that was still in a sense bleeding, that hadn't scabbed, or if it was scabbing, the scab would peel off and become a wound again at some point. When a situation would come up, I would realize like, oh, I just peeled off that scab. And now that wound is open again. It's not until I went into the darkness and I acknowledged the fact that there was many areas within myself that I wasn't okay with, that I wasn't healed in. And I quite literally went right into it with the people that I needed to. But regardless of the people I needed to go within it, my own self. And for me, going straight through the darkness within my own self, the universe also helped me, bringing me the tools, as in people, as in situations, as in experiences, to help me also heal that. I went through beautiful experiences with getting down to the root with the people that held so much healing for me because I was putting in the work within myself. And because of that, oh my gosh, when I tell you, you feel so much lighter after that. You feel so much lighter. Like now I can actually feel what it's like to be at peace. To feel at peace and not have to be running from your trauma and not have to be running through the trauma, through the sadness, running from it. And going straight through the darkness helps you realize too that there's never anything to be afraid of. There's never anything to be afraid of. So we need to get down into the roots. I mean, we don't need to. I don't like to say we need to do anything because everything is a choice through free will. However, when we want to heal, it is necessary to go down into the root of things and not be afraid, or be afraid but do it anyway. Be afraid and do it anyway. You want to be scared, but still do it. Still do it. 222. Take that path to balance yourself out within you. Go through that light. Go through that darkness to get to the light. You cannot embrace the light without having experienced the darkness. Many times we also experience darkness within someone else, and that's an experience within itself. For us to see how the darkness really plays a role in our lives. We don't always necessarily have to walk through the darkness our own selves. We can see someone else walking through the darkness and have that as an experience to realize too that it's much better. Oh my gosh, we literally went dark. Whoa, that's crazy. Whoa. That's insane. I don't know why it's turning off. It's never turned off on me like that before. Maybe the battery's dying? I mean, obviously the battery's dying, but that's no coincidence at all. That's definitely no coincidence at all. Wow. Don't be afraid of the darkness. We all have to experience some darkness to be able to appreciate the light. Right now, I'm appreciating the light, but I'm also appreciating the darkness. I'm embracing this darkness that we are experiencing right now, because there's always something there for us to learn from, for us to grow from, for us to take some golden nuggets away. That's insane. I'm sure it's going to continue turning off. Yeah, it's just, I don't know what's up with it. It's some kind of message. It's some kind of message right now. I also don't want my phone memory to go cutting off on us. So, just a reminder, the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. Just because you don't see something happening physically does not mean it's not happening. You continue planting your seeds, knowing and trusting and believing and having faith that soon enough you will be eating that fruit, and it'll taste so much more better. It'll be so much more rewarding, having gone through the patience, knowing that you grew that fruit yourself. 555. You created that change within you to be able to now appreciate and value the fruit you grew, the plants you grew, the vegetables. I don't know if this thing's gonna turn back on or not. There we go. Don't get distracted with the physical. There's so much more spiritual than there will ever be physical. Don't get distracted or let yourself get put off guard in this physical world. Sorry about the light. I don't know what's going on. We're having a little... Oh, this is so funny. I'm just finding this so funny. Go through the darkness. This is a clear sign for you to go straight into the darkness. Go into the darkness. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You got this. And trust and believe that there will be light at the end of that tunnel. The light lives within you. The light lives within you. You are the light. You are the sun. Just because the sun has gone away into the other side of the world does not mean that the sun is not still shining. You are the sun. You hold the sun. The sunshine is within you. Hold that faith, hold that truth, to believe that, to embrace that, to embody that you are the sunshine. And you also wouldn't be able to embrace the moonlight without the sun drifting away into the other side of the world. Because of the darkness, we can appreciate the moonlight. Going through the darkness, you'll be able to appreciate so much more within you. And you'll be able to learn so much more about yourself and who you are and why you are. Reach into the darkness and you'll see your light. Peace. Much love.